This product will decapitate your cat?
Straight out the box, as shipped, and had my fears confirmed.
Sure.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to free.
Oh my god!
The key thing that makes this machine dangerous
Garfield
is
got
that
fucked.
the opening for the entrance is a single piece of plastic which is attached to the base. Now, this is fine for a machine that rotates on the x-axis, but this rotates on the y-axis, so as it cycles, the opening closes. Because that piece of plastic opening is attached to the base and not split in two, if a cat gets caught in it, then there's no escape.
Oh my god! The deadly self-cleaning litter boxes that have flooded the market.
Since 2020. My first one, the CatDany, wasn't. Thanks to them, my cats always have a clean litter bed to use.
Test with a banana.
I've got 7 cats now.
Okay.
And they use 2 litter robot 4.
Sure.
Unless you and reversing. But it doesn't, it carries on.
Jesus. It's like crushing his hand.
God. That really hurts.
Oh my god. Look at that.
You can see in my hand the marks. I was able to free myself, but that really hurts.
This is nuts.
The inside rim of the plastic opening is actually quite sharp too, so that combined with the force and the 3 safety measures all failing to do their job made this machine incredibly dangerous.
Jesus! Absolutely
Once
fucking
I had
crushed.
finished these initial tests, I connected.
Guaranteed this would kill a cat. I don't think it would decapitate the cat, it would just break its neck.
To the Tuya Smart app to see if there were any firmware updates. And yeah, there was one. So I installed it. And amazingly, the sensor started to work properly, including
The anti-decapitation cat patch. That's a classic, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, it's already a few. I just think it's so fucking funny, man. Yeah, no update. Yeah, what the fuck?
the pinch detector. So were all my tests
It did kill a cat? What?
Not use them, no matter how good the rest of it is. Of those 20 plus machines, I've only encountered 2 that I don't consider 100% safe. One of them actually states in the instruction manual that you shouldn't use it unsupervised, which is pretty ridiculous, as that defeats the purpose of it.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of July, there were a couple of posts in my self-cleaning litter box discussion group, which shared a video on TikTok from a lady called Carly J, who described how her automatic litter box killed her cat, a beautiful 1-year-old Siamese girl called Moshi.
Yesterday morning, we woke up, me and my 2-year-old daughter, and I went to find my cat, and she was
what the
hanging from her litter box. It had closed on her neck and her body was hanging out, and there was
what the fuck?
Red stuff all over, like everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
And she was gone.
She didn't say what machine it was, but she did clarify in the follow-up video that it wasn't an actual litter robot, but something she had bought off of Amazon. She didn't name it in this video either, but she did in the comments. her videos started to go viral. But then
Oh
just
my
a few days
God.
after they were uploaded, they were gone. So I started to investigate. I needed to know if this was real and if potentially deadly machines were being sold. I'd already found the one that she named.
Sus? No, it's not sus. The odds are that, like, a lot of people that aren't really, like, they're not used to getting a lot of attention. The odds are that this video got her, like, a disproportionate amount of attention than what she was expecting. And there were probably a lot of people telling her that it was her fault that the cat died. And it was probably just stressing her out, so she just deleted the video. That's what I would assume probably happened.
And a few days earlier, sold under the brand Amstoy. Astonishingly, they even called it
They paid
Litter
her?
Robot by Amstoy.
No, there's no way they
using
paid her.
Whisker's Litter Robot font. This is absolutely not a litter robot, and it shows just how dodgy this company is. In the review section, there was a photo of
No
one
way.
covered in blood, stating that it had killed their cat.
This 1 star. Buyer beware, because this machine killed our family cat of 2 years. She got stuck and it ended her life. Do not buy. Oh my God.
It wasn't under her name, but it had to be her machine. But after the TikTok videos were removed, that review no longer had the photo on it and was now positive. Then a few days later, the entire listing for the Amstoy was gone. There are also a lot of very similar looking machines and different names on Amazon and Wayfair in the US, not just under the Amstoy name.
What the
After looking at
fuck?
the photos and videos of them, I saw a potential danger.
Okay.
So I had to buy one to see for myself. As Amazon and Wayfair in the UK don't sell any of them, I
Sure.
had to buy it from AliExpress, which I strongly recommend never doing. But
Are they
I had
bad?
no
I don't even
choice.
know.
It cost me £165 and £80 for shipping. 4 weeks later, it arrived. It had no brand on it, and they didn't actually send me the one I ordered, which was identical to the Amstoy version, minus the ears.
Sure.
What I received was still the same fundamental design, just with a bigger waste bin and no ears.
The lack of ears that's an outrageous fucking scam. That's the whole point of it. Because if it doesn't have ears, how do you know it's for cats? This just looks like a depressed minion.
One of the countless generic machines which are generally bought in bulk and branded by a random company. That's why you see so many identical ones online with different names.
Right?
I immediately started testing it straight out the box as shipped and had my fears confirmed.
This is the part. You know what it reminds me of, the sound? Putting too much paper in the shredder. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like you put like a stack of it. Oh, man. Oh, God. The Cat Destroyer 9000.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to free. The key thing that makes this machine dangerous is that the opening...
Can you imagine if the Hydraulic Press channel did like a video with this to see like what it could destroy?
for the entrance is a single piece of plastic which is attached to the base. Now this is fine for a machine that rotates on the x-axis.
Yeah, sure.
But this rotates on the y-axis, so
Right.
as it cycles, the opening closes.
And we saw this. Move ahead. The cat's like, damn.
If the opening was split in two with the top part attached to the top section of the machine, like the Furbulus, for example, then if a cat somehow got caught in it, then the top would lift off and the cat could escape. I say somehow because it shouldn't get this far, as these machines have safety features which are designed to stop a cleaning cycle, stop
It's
the
like you would think that making sure that the cat machine didn't kill the cat, like, in my opinion, I feel like that would be like a #1 priority. Like, that would be like something that you would want to figure that out, like, right off the bat. You know, that's the starting point. Like, how can we do this to where it doesn't kill the cat? Because the thing is that if you kill the cat, then they have no reason to buy the new machine. So it's like you don't want to kill the golden goose or like, you know, Mr. Fluffykins here, because if Mr. Fluffykins gets decapitated by your machine, then they can't buy the new machine when you make it. You're literally killing your fucking customers. You know, shit. Yeah, it's a terrible. I didn't have to get a new cat. And there's like, it's not even getting into the emotional damage here, right? I mean, you're killing the customers.
If it detects a cat. The vast majority of machines that rotate on the y-axis during a cleaning cycle don't have a top, so there is no opening to close off.
Sure.
The machine that I bought does indeed have 3 safety features. There's the weight sensors, an infrared sensor.
8-stage protection. Well, should have been 9.
On the front entrance that will pause the machine if a cat gets close to it or enters it. The third safety measure is the pinch detector, and this is very important. What it does, if during the rotation it detects resistance, then it's supposed to stop and move back.
Yeah, that's how it should be, right? Like, is it there should obviously be a pressure sensor on any of this. Who's going to stop China companies from selling it under different brands and formats? What if China's conspiracy is to flood the world with rats and killing every cat? I could see China doing that for sure. I think that's actually what's happening. I think you're right. Yeah, true.
During these initial tests, I found that whilst the sensors would pause the cycling if the weight and or infrared sensors were triggered, this was only for a few seconds. Here, I'm pressing down, putting my weight on it, and covering the infrared sensor.
Yeah.
Both indeed pause the cycling briefly. It should not resume like this. If a cat put its paws on the front and peered in, it should wait until those triggered sensors were cleared. Instead, it just pauses briefly and resumes, which is making both sensors redundant.
Now the pinch detector should...
That makes sense. Yeah. That seems like a really just... Yeah, terrible testing. Yeah, it's just stupid. Yeah.
Getting a sense of resistance from here and reversing. But it doesn't.
Oh.
It carries on.
Oh! Shit programming? Yeah, basically the loop automatically restarts rather than waiting for like a check to see if it should restart. I think. I feel like that's literally like 2 or 3 lines of code.
God. That really
At least like that's how it
hurts.
would work in my head logically, right?
You can see in my hand the marks.
Uh-huh. Jesus.
I was able to free myself, but that really hurts.
It's a feature.
The inside rim of the
cat
plastic opening
deleter?
is actually quite sharp too. So that combined with the force and the
It's a fucking guillotine.
3 safety measures all failing to do their job made this machine incredibly dangerous.
Oh my god. And we saw this part already. I'll skip ahead.
Including the pinch detector. So, were all my tests a complete waste of time? And its design safe? Well, no. My machine was sent to me without the new firmware, and there was nowhere any documentation of the manual and no message from the seller to tell me to make sure that I keep the firmware up to date and to keep checking through the app.
Download your patch. Download the patch or your cat dies. I like that.
In fact, the manual
That's a
didn't
good
have
way
any
to
safety
sell it.
instructions
Yeah,
whatsoever.
sounds
Didn't
good.
even say that there is a minimum weight before you should turn on automatic cycling.
Right.
To put your own branding on a generic machine, you generally need to buy a minimum of 1,000 units.
Sure.
With at least a dozen machines sold under different names of similar designs, including the Ams toy. That means there's tens of thousands of these potential death traps out there, maybe even more. And with a lot of them already being used in people's homes. From my experience in my Facebook group, I know that many people don't bother with apps, which means if they have one of these, then they won't have the safer firmware. Are the sellers on Amazon, Wayfair, and AliExpress contacting people who've bought them to tell them that they must update the firmware? Well, if this was a single machine sold by a well-known brand, I'm sure they would. But with all these different random companies, it's doubtful. I just really hope that they are. Then there's just how good are the sensors? How reliable are they? Sensors fail, especially cheap sensors. And looking at the build quality of this, I highly doubt
I
this.
wonder how many cats this has actually killed. I'd say probably like maybe 100, like 200 or so. You know, I feel like it's probably killed a good amount of them. Yeah, I would assume so. A lot, probably. Yeah, because it seems like this is pretty easy for it to have happen.
Sensors are high quality. So if the sensors stop working, then you still have this incredibly dangerous design of the opening closing off with no way to escape. Even if it didn't have these safety issues, it's a bad machine that's badly made. It doesn't have a litter mat inside it, just bare plastic. A rotating machine needs to have a non-stick litter mat liner so that when it cycles, it drops in the middle to dislodge clumps. Without one, urine clumps will just stick to the plastic. It won't be pleasant. About a week ago, Carly J messaged me in the TikTok app in reply to one of my comments on her videos. We had quite a few conversations and she told me what happened, why she had removed the videos. And I told her that everything is off the record, it's just for my research. But she said she was happy for me to use anything. And she sent me photos and a video of her beloved Moshi.
That's right.
Had given her financial assessment to delete the videos and the Amazon review as part and a video of her beloved Moshi. Amsoy had given her financial assessment to delete the videos and the Amazon review as
So they paid her off so she wouldn't talk about it. That's crazy. Because I was like, oh, there's no way they would have done that. As I always tell you guys, I have such a blind spot for, like, I assume people aren't really, like especially like a company like this, I assume that they wouldn't do something really stupid. So I have a blind spot for, like, the dumbest thing imaginable. I won't even be able to predict it. Same? Yeah, it's like there's no way this is what happened. No, they actually did. Holy fuck. You're knife? Well, no, it's just like I can't imagine it. I can't even imagine it. That's unbelievable. Wait, you didn't know that companies are neglectful? I mean, sure, but like having her do this and not have her sign an NDA, not have her like do anything, like, it's just like what this means, how it can get spun, like it's so stupid. There's so many elements of it that are so dumb. And yes, so she accepted it though? Yes, she did. She did accept it. She signed an NDA? Apparently not, if she just had that happen. Oh my God.
Of the settlement, Amsoy would remove the machine from sale. Her husband was unable to delete the Amazon review, so he changed it to a positive one.
Wait a second.
As part of the settlement, Amsoy would remove the machine from sale. Her husband was unable to delete the Amazon review, so he changed it to a positive one.
So not only so he couldn't delete the review, he just made it a good review instead? Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
I'm absolutely not judging her for taking the assessment. I don't know how much she received. She did say that it wasn't much, but she did it under the assurance that Amsoy would remove their product from Amazon. The thing is, she didn't realise that it's sold under so many different names and different variations of the same design. Removing the Amsoy version, that's going to make a very little difference. Carly also told me about a lady called Trish who messaged her to say that her cat had also been killed by the Amsoy machine, and she put...
It's just this little fluffy kitten. You know, this little floof ball. Little fluffy boy. Look how cute he is. Man, that sucks. I remember man, like, we've had cats get run over before. Like, I had one time, I actually ran over a kitten one time. I was like 20 years old, something like this. And like, it was like underneath my car, and I backed up over it. And like, it was like sleeping underneath the wheel of my car. I rolled over this little kitten. I felt bad about that, bro. I was like, damn. Like, how could I have known? But like, fuck. It just reminds me of that. Like, that was like I remember I was like 20, I was like 20 years old when it happened. Why'd you do that? I didn't see it, right? It was just sleeping under the wheel. Yeah, shit happens. Yeah. Fuck. It's sad. Yeah, it's really sad.
Put me in touch with her. Trish's kitten, Charlie, was 3 months old and over the minimum weight that the manual states a cat should be before turning on autocycling. Right. On the 19th of July, Trish got a video call from her 13-year-old daughter, frantically telling her that Charlie's neck was caught in the closed opening. When her daughter showed her on the phone camera, she could see that it was already too late. Because she was far away at the time, Trish called the non-emergency police phone number and an officer came round, had her daughter wait outside and freed poor Charlie, placing his lifeless body on the bed. He was arrested.
That's fucking brutal. Oh my God. And the kid has to call and tell the parent that? Jesus.
Kitten and had been in his forever home for just 4 weeks before his life was horrifically cut short.
Oh my God. That's traumatic as fuck, yeah.
Trish also shared with me a review on the now deleted Am's Toy Amazon listing about a cat that had also gotten stuck in the opening, but the owner was able to rescue her in time. It doesn't end there. There was another Facebook post in my Facebook group that shared this story about a 5-month-old kitten that was found suffocated in the waste drawer. I wasn't able to contact the person who posted this.
I bet, like, because, you know, it'd be easier to crush the little ones, you know, so, like, that yeah, definitely, I could see that.
Originally, or the owner of the cat to confirm any of this, then it's entirely plausible that a kitten could have ended up in the waste bin and suffocated.
Wow.
It's a horrible thought. I tried to contact Am's Toy to get a statement, but their online presence is very minimal.
They didn't have a statement for this? Wow, I can't believe it. I would have never expected that. You know what I bet they probably did? They probably sold all of the stock to another company that they also owned and then sold it under another name. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Yeah, they're like, okay, we're not going to sell this anymore. Well, let's go ahead and, you know, we're going to write this off as a loss, and then we're going to sell it to our other company, and then we're going to sell it again just in the same place. Yeah. They probably, maybe they put on the cat ears, because remember this one didn't come with cat ears.
And especially now that their Amazon listings are gone. I did find their YouTube channel, so I left a comment asking if they could get in touch with me. They didn't reply or email me. Instead,
what a surprise.
They deleted my comment. Deleting seems to be their way of dealing with things.
I'm not entirely certain that they deleted the comment unless he's certain that the comment was there to begin with, because a lot of YouTube channels have different types of culling. Because, like, for example, if you put an email address, it will automatically censor your comment for approval. Like, to be fair. Like, I'm just trying to be fair. I don't know, but, you know, but if the comment was there and it was deleted, then obviously they deleted it.
Own an Am's Toy or
any other
similar design machines, then please
they pull a Mr. Beast.
Then make sure you test it like I have in this video. But even if you can update the firmware, I just don't think you should use it anymore. I hope this video can help get all of them removed from sale everywhere.
Oh my God.
And get to the people who already have them to warn them. Amazon and Wayfair must act and act fast and remove all of them. The ones on eBay and AliExpress will be a lot harder to stop being sold, but I hope they are. I couldn't return the dangerous machine to AliExpress for a refund, despite the listing stating free returns. They insisted that I pay for the return shipping. I got some quotes to send it back to China.
How convenient.
Because it's so big and so heavy. The very cheapest that I could find was £236.
Right.
And my refund would be £240. So I sent it back.
So you have to spend $40 to send it back to them. Yeah.
So yeah, don't buy from AliExpress. Don't buy these generic machines. Don't buy these brands which have all these random names. Buy from recognized brands, ideally with a history of making self-cleaning automatic litter boxes.
Yep.
And if they don't have a history, at least they have made other electronic cat products and not just some startup. And I would also be careful about anything on Indiegogo, because these are beta machines and you are going to be testing them. I'd always recommend waiting at least a year after a machine's been out to let it all settle in and be much better.
He's probably right about that.
Do your research, check out reviews. There's lots of them out there, but you can't trust a lot of them, especially the Amazon ones. A lot of them are fake. There's ones which are being paid for in exchange for the product. And
that's crazy. Like, I honestly think that Amazon, I think, and I don't think they'd ever do this. I think that if Amazon finds evidence that a company is paying people to do something differently with their reviews on their website, that Amazon should completely delist them. Like, delist all of their products. It's not even a question, right? Like, yeah, because like you have to think in mind, right? Like Amazon having this happen, it's against TOS already. Yeah, I mean, well, then they should enforce the TOS. Amazon would never, though. Well, I mean, why not? Like, Amazon is $1 trillion company. Like, you think they need some random company that's selling litter boxes in order to stay afloat? They don't care about that. Like, if it gets in the news that Amazon is selling a bad product, that affects them way more than the total amount of sales that this will ever generate. Realistically.
So YouTube reviews, there's mine, and those are incredibly thorough, and I completely stand by them, so check those out.
That's
there are
nuts.
other videos on YouTube.
Holy
some of them
shit.
are very good, but some of them aren't, especially the ones which say they're reviews, but they've clearly been paid for by the company.
Sure.
If you've been paid to make a review, it's not a review.
It's a sponsorship.
A commercial.
Yeah.
I was really unhappy with the safety features of the Popa X5 in my review of it.
That is
Is
nuts.
it any better now? A little bit, as they've added some firmware which only extends the rake out fully if there's enough litter. But they're still insisting that it's safe for cats of any size, including kittens. And ferrets? That's absolute nonsense, as no machine should be used by cats under a certain weight with auto cleaning on. They do say in the FAQ on their website to put on the fence when using it with them. This isn't mentioned in the manual's basically non-existent set.
This appliance is intended solely for the safe disposal of cat waste and can be used by domestic cats at any age, unless they are incapacitated. I actually thought it said decapitated. Yeah, I read decapitated.
Safety instructions. Cats, and especially kittens, as you know, are notorious for getting themselves into all sorts of pickles, as shown in this TikTok video from March. If the bin lid closes on a kitten in the waste bin, there's no way they could get out without intervention from a human. Popa.
Yeah, I mean, like, cats are stupid. You've got to keep in mind, like, they're really, really stupid. So, like, there was one time we had a cat. His name was Brother, and Brother liked to sleep on top of the garage door. Now, why did he like to do that? Nobody knows, but he did it. He loved sleeping on the top of the garage door. One time, my dad went to, I remember he went to get an eye operation, and he closes the garage door. He's driving out. He, clicks the garage door closer, and then the garage door closes. My dad drives away. Brother, on top of the fucking garage door, somehow manages to get off of it and get caught in the garage door. And apparently the police, the fire department, and animal control all got brought over there to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because the neighbors saw the cat. They couldn't get the cat because Brother was... he was an asshole. He was. Here it is. Hello? Just a minute. Go ahead. You're on speaker.
Hey, let me get the story straight, okay?
No.
Brother was doing was sleeping on top of the car, and he knows how pissed off I would get when he had that, leave his hair all over the car.
Yeah.
And it was the convertible. back then, and you know, to really fuck up the top, he starts, you know, putting his claws through the roof. You know?
Yeah, he'd do that.
Yeah, you know how he was. So when he saw me, when he would sleep up there, and when he saw me, you know, be coming out to the garage, he jumped up on the garage door because it was rolled up. The garage door was rolled up, you know, and so when I left, I was in a hurry to make it to.
Yeah, I know.
Whether it was an eye operation, but whatever it was.
It was an eye operation. I remember it very clearly.
So, you know, so I hit the button. I'm not even looking. By the time the garage door goes down, I'm around the corner. I'm not looking at the garage door closing, you know. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so he got caught halfway. It caught him right across his lower ribs. And he was howling his ass off because his head was on the inside and his ass was hanging out the back. And Alice and that weird husband of hers, that husband deserves some kind of commendation.
Yeah, he tried to get brother out.
Oh, and he held up brother's ass.
Yeah.
So he would, you know, suffocate. You know.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get in the house, so he did the best he could by holding up that cat's ass for at least an hour or so. And they called the fire department came. Animal control came, cops came. Meanwhile, I'm gone. I don't know anything about this, you know. So I come home, and Alice comes over and says, you know, your cat got stuck in the door, and you know, and they had to bend
the garage door. I remember, and like, because you said that they left you a note and you couldn't read it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't even call the cops. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking. What the fuck is this, you know? So I fuck them, you know.
Yeah.
And but then I called. Yeah, I know. I called animal control.
Yeah,
and they said that they had taken him to a vet.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find out what vet it was. You know, it's just such a fucking clown show. It's like an old slapstick comedy.
Yeah, no, I know. And then we drove up there.
Yeah, and then finally I find out, and they want to give him an X-ray. They want to keep him.
Oh no, I remember it was like $2,000. $2,000.
Oh, it was over 1,000.
Yeah, it was 2,000.
Yeah, it was about $2,000 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for, you know, overnight. And I pick up the cat's fine, you know, he's a little sensitive around the middle, but you know.
Yeah.
He's fine. And he just wants to get the fuck out of there. And so we took him home, and he was fine after that.
Yep.
He did a number of dumbass, and he would lie.
He was stupid.
He would lie at the end of the driveway in the corner, and he was black, pure black,
mm-hmm.
and the road is asphalt. So guess what?
No, cars have to drive around him.
You can't see the fucking cat at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was lucky. I
mm-hmm.
couldn't believe he never got hit.
Yep.
You know. So yeah, but that's the story.
Okay, that's the real story. All right.
And I still got the dent in the fucking door.
True. Yes,
right.
I remember that. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right.
And let's and it's the reason those cat machines work the way they do is they're made in China, and the fucking Chinese, they eat cats.
I don't think they still do that. Do they?
Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah. I mean,
really?
You know how many fucking million peasants are in there over there?
Maybe,
and,
I don't know.
Yeah, you go around Nam, and I never saw a fucking cat. I didn't see a whole lot of dogs either. And when I would come into the Ville and trade out sea rations, boxes of sea rations for real meat, man, you look at it, I know that some of them are monkeys. But, you know, monkeys actually don't taste bad. And iguanas are really good. You know, that's like gator meat, you know. It's like a big dog, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we could kill the iguanas ourselves. But they had them hanging up in the market, man.
Oh, my God.
They ate every fucking thing.
Yeah.
And so I asked them to get me a kitten, and mama sons, they say, you know, no, we wear kittens. I don't know, you know, they don't even see them.
Oh my God! All right, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and my experience is, I mean, we tried eating a fox.
Yeah.
And just the smell was like a fox smells.
Yeah, no, I get.
Stunk, you know, I mean, holy fucking shit! Even I couldn't eat that. And the same with armadillos. You know that armadillo shell I got.
Yeah.
That we tried eating that damn thing, and it was like trying chewing on a seeker soul. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's terrible. So those I couldn't see why they'd eat those meat eaters, but you know
that's the way it is, I guess. All right, okay. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Oh, and ones they wouldn't eat, and they'd have the stuff they cleaned off of it. They throw that to the hog.
Okay, great.
Boy.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I'll talk to you later. Yo, bye. Okay. So I forgot. To be fair, I did forget it was the thing. Oh jeez. Yeah. Oh boy. They eat them. Yeah, man, cat. I mean, I don't know. Doing all those faces. Yeah. What is this? So I'll go ahead and I'll look at the rest of it. But no, it's not a surprise this shit happens. Absolutely.
Need to stop saying it's safe for kittens.
Mm-hmm.
How is this safe? That could have been a kitten.
Yep.
A tiny kitten. They claim this is safe for kittens. You got thrown into the wastebasket, Dusky.
Uh-oh.
And that could have closed on you. And you could have suffocated in there.
There are very few sensors in the X5. I was told the reason is by the CEO of Popa, the man who threatened to sue me, said he found machines that kept stopping during a cleaning cycle.
Wow.
He trusted in his machine's mechanics and a cat's sense of self-preservation.
The cat's sense of self-preservation? Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Yeah, right.
Please don't let what happened to Charlie and Moshi put you off buying self-cleaning litter boxes.
It's a cat.
They are safe. Well, the vast majority of them are. Please still make sure you maintain them and keep them clean. As I've said many times on the channel, the Little Robot 4s are easily my favourite self-cleaning litter boxes, and they are packed with safety features, entry sensors, weight detection, pinch detectors, and even sensors in the waste bin to detect movement. And if the Little Robot 4 detects any issues with any sensors, then it will tell you through the app and its light display on the front.
Sure.
It won't auto-cycle.
It's like gives you an app update. Your cat has just been decapitated. Oh, fuck. Not again.
The issue is resolved. Many of the newer machines have the waste bin inside the cylinder, which means there's no openings, which makes them super safe. The downside is having the waste bin there as you don't have any waste bin fall detectors, and the bins tend to be really quite small. My favourite budget machine is now the new Fairy Tale, which is made by UB Tech, who also make my previous favourite, the Aerobo, otherwise known as the Meowwant SC01. It's super safe.
Well, there it is. I mean, I don't even know what else to say about this shit. I feel like I'll link y'all the video. I can't even believe this happened. It's crazy. Like, there's a video right there. Cats don't have 9 lives, though? Well, maybe they did, and it killed them 10 times. You know? I wouldn't say. Yeah, me neither. Exactly. That's why I never got one for one of my cats. Yeah, I know. Just to clean the shit yourself? I guess you're going to have to, right? Yeah, no self-preservation was had. I guess not. No, cats are dumb as fuck, man. Like, they do all kinds of stupid shit like this. They get themselves in all kinds of trouble. So, yeah, they spam killed the 9 lives so fast. Yeah, bro, this live, yeah, the cats are on life 10. But that's exactly what happens, right? That is. A company that makes these machine needs to get burnt to the ground. I mean, that's not really going to happen. It's probably some, you know, like some Chinese manufacturer or something like that. They try to sue the company. The company gives them like $20,000, and they're like, "Oh wow, you know what? I was lying, and my cat never died. It wasn't even my cat." And like that's it. Problem solved.